And in the top news today will be about Mehul Choksi's hearing in Dominica court. India today has accessed a scathing letter written by Antiguan Prime Minister Gaston Brown to fugitive Mehul Choksi on October 14, 2019. Now, Antiguan Prime Minister in this letter has said that Choksi's citizenship, the Antiguan citizenship, should be revoked on grounds of course, the crime committed with regard to the financial bungling, but importantly, with regard to the false representation of fact. Statement, Brown has also added he stands by its request for Dominica to extradite Choksi directly back to India, where he is still a citizen. He further accuses Choksi of hiring a lawyer from the opposition parties in lieu of campaign funding, adding that Choksi's deportation cannot be negated by his alleged abduction to Dominica. So remember, he is still an Indian citizenship, but of course will try to not be extradited to India and say he has an Antiguan citizenship as well. So Indian law on citizenship, what does it state? Let me give you the details now. India does not allow dual citizenship. This will be very important because the government of India will say that they have all the important documents of identification from passport and Aadhaar and others to prove he is an Indian citizen. So what the law states will be very important. Also, Choksi cannot be citizen of Antigua in India is basically what it means if you cannot be a dual citizen. Anyone with foreign citizenship loses Indian citizenship. Again, that you can either have one. What it specifically means is, as per the law of Government of India, Choksi is an Antiguan citizen now. So, and that decision will have to also be taken. I'm going across now to our foreign affairs editor, Geeta Mohan. Geeta, so do you think this citizenship issue, whether he has of India, whether it is Antigua, this will be one of those issues that Mehul Choksi will be focusing on to at least not be extradited back to India?
Well, Pooja, his team certainly is going to fix the citizenship issue in Dominica, because that's something that they're challenging with that letter of 2019 in the court in Antigua. Munish Pandey had brought out exclusive details on what the Indian side is likely to do. They're going to file an application saying that there are questions with regards to his citizenship of Antigua and Barbuda because he did not fully complete process when it comes to relinquishing of citizenship in India. But having said that, the fact that this 2019 letter, Pooja, clearly states that the Prime Minister of Antigua and Barbuda was seeking revocation of his citizenship. You can only seek revocation if there is citizenship. Really proves that he indeed is Antiguan right now. So that's a letter that both sides will try to use, but I suppose the Choksi side is going to, it weighs heavily on the Choksi side, and they are really going to use this as one of the reasons why the Indian side claims that he is an Indian citizen falls flat. So we will again have to wait and see how the Dominican courts are really looking at, or are going to look at the arguments from both sides and then decide on whether he should be repatriated to Antigua or deported to India.
Mohan will be tracking all the latest. Remember, at about 6:30 p.m. today evening, as per Indian Standard Time, a court in Dominica will be deciding the fate of Mehul Choksi, a diamond businessman accused of serious financial bungling, and whether he can be extradited to India. Now, what are the Indian authorities saying? They have said that they have gathered all documents, including his Aadhaar, PAN and other identification cards to prove that one, he's an Indian citizen and also a fugitive businessman. Take a look.
It's the great Caribbean chase. India's hunt for fraudster Mehul Choksi rests on what the Dominican court will decide on Wednesday. Currently in jail for allegedly illegally entering Dominica, the fugitive diamond heir will be produced in court at around 6:30 p.m. India time. The Dominican court will decide whether Choksi, wanted in the 13,000 crore PNB fraud, will be deported to India or will he be sent back to Antigua. Sources tell India Today that the Enforcement Directorate will file an application before the Dominican court, detailing Choksi's crime and the grounds for his deportation. India is to prove that Choksi is an Indian citizen who never completed the formalities and paperwork to surrender his Indian citizenship while taking the citizenship of Antigua. To support the claims, Indian authorities have gathered documents including Choksi's Aadhaar, PAN, ration cards, which show that he is still an active Indian citizen. The documents will be submitted before the Dominican court. Sources say that if court permits, the Enforcement Directorate will file this application to convince the court that the man in their custody is a wanted accused since January 2018. And based on the red corner notice by Interpol, he should be deported back to India immediately. The ED officials are also trying to ensure that Choksi's case in Dominica should not get stuck in legalities, else it will be a long wait for India. Choksi, who now carries an Antiguan passport, disappeared mysteriously on May 23rd from Antigua. It is suspected that Choksi went on a romantic getaway with his girlfriend. His lawyer alleges that he was abducted and taken to Dominica as part of a conspiracy. Now all eyes are on the Dominican court. Will India get hold of the fraudster who has been evading the law for 3 years? With Munish Pandey in Delhi, Bureau Report, India Today.
So what precisely will be the legal challenges for India with regard to Mehul Choksi? Let's bring you the details. The first and the foremost will be the abduction claim by Choksi's legal team that he was abducted and that there was a conspiracy against him. Second, and we've all seen those horrifying visuals of injury marks on Choksi, which he says that he was manhandled, tortured by the authorities. Importantly, the third one is the citizenship angle. This will be very important because based on the Antiguan citizenship of Mehul Choksi or Indian citizenship, can he be at all extradited to India? Number 4. Choksi surrendered an Indian passport is what he is claiming, his legal team is claiming, but the government of India is all set to mention that they have all his important documents in place. So their legal team is ready and so will the government of India's pointers as well. But that also means that there will be no end to Mehul Choksi's sordid Caribbean saga because the scamster has already now been accused of bribing or at least offering a bribe to the Dominican opposition leader Lennox Linton, that to possibly prevent his extradition to India. So how did that happen? There were reports of a mystery woman linked to Mehul Choksi. The diamond businessman, who's also a runaway now, is being accused of having paid his way to avoid extradition. A Dominican media report has claimed that Linton met Choksi's brother for 2 hours at his personal residence in Marigot. Now, the meeting was allegedly aimed at the Dominican opposition leader, helping Mehul Choksi to evade extradition to India. It is said that in exchange of a possible financial help, Choksi's family paid bribes to Linton, and the Dominican opposition leader has, however, rubbished any of these media reports of any private meeting with fugitive Mehul Choksi's brother, Chetan Choksi. Linton has said he did not meet the brother of Mehul Choksi at the residence and that house even was destroyed in 2017 hurricane. He's further added that he has never received any money from Choksi in exchange of any possible favor, whether regard to reaching Dominica or otherwise. Earlier, however, Antiguan Prime Minister had even accused Mehul Choksi of paying a bribe yet again to opposition in Antigua to help him evade extradition to India.
I do not know Chetan Choksi. I have never seen him. I have never spoken to him. I have never met with him. The article says I met with him on the 30th of May in Marigot. I was not in Marigot on the 30th of May. I was in Marigot on the 29th of May, where I attended a public meeting of the United Workers' Party, at which we dealt with, among other things, the Mehul Choksi saga. I have never ever received any money from Choksi or anyone else for favors or to do or not to do anything or to promise to do or not to do anything. This is a total and absolute lie.
What is happening here, is that they are literally defending the campaign money. So here's a situation in which Choksi had the best law firm representing him. He had what's his name there? The law Dorset and Watt, Sir Gerald Watt and Dr. Dorset.
Yes, David
their
Dorset.
law firm defending him, doing a good job. In fact, they're the ones who moved quickly and really avoided the revocation of his citizenship and tied up everything in court. But some UPP individuals befriended him, started to take money from him, small contributions, and he promised them big contributions since they told him that they will get their UPP lawyers to get him off the hook, and that if they win the next general elections, that they will protect